What's up, Alex? World War Bitcoin. What is up, brother?
What's up? Man, I'm so frustrated that Bitcoin's under $90,000. That's a joke.
uh, Ye of little faith. there was never a doubt. Yeah, that I saw your video. That's actually hilarious because I did see your video when you were like, you had said something about. Imagine 3 weeks ago, today we would be frustrated that Bitcoin pulled back to 85
Yeah.
or $87,000. It's just like the perspective on people is kind of crazy. But
Yeah, I mean I don't know about you. I was getting a lot of newbies in comments being like seriously like I'm panicking, should I sell? And I'm just oh my goodness. But retail's creeping their way back. Man,
yeah.
they're climbing, they're crawling in here right now. So
So what's your plan? What's your plan with retail?
my plan with retail, what do you mean? Like as far as destroying them or like treating them as exit liquidity?
Yeah, I guess that's one way. Yeah, some lessons you just are. The only way to learn is by being baptized. I'm gonna try
Mm,
to baptize by the fire. I'm gonna try to teach as many people and try to
yeah,
prevent that from happening, but it will happen.
I'm gonna fully disclose when I exit, or like as I'm exiting. But I
Sure.
know what's gonna happen. I know exactly. They're not going to listen.
Right.
They're going to. I mean, there's going to be 10 other people in their ears talking about how on the day of the peak, we still have another 10x in us on whatever cryptocurrency or just on the total crypto market cap, and they're going to listen to them, and they're going to get mad at us.
Right.
And okay, all right, fine.
Well, like, okay, how many people were listening to us a year ago, 2 years ago? You know,
Yeah,
and I just made a video about this too. It's like, it's the memes, the clown like coming out of the ditch type memes, where they're like,
yeah.
oh, is it time to make crypto content again? Um, and
Oh, have you gotten comments like that?
I did. I got a comment. I actually got a comment where the guy was like, "Oh, you guys are back." And I was like, bro, I made 1,700 videos over the last 4 years. I never left. It looks like you guys are back.
Yeah, I've gotten multiple comments about that, and it just of all the comment, like I try not to let comments like get under my skin. That's one that I'm just like, what do you mean I'm back? Like now you're back. Like all you have to do is scroll down my videos and see hundreds of videos. You probably made more than I did, but like,
Well,
my goodness,
no, I
man.
I know you were in the trenches. That's what I said too, and I made a video. I was like, listen, here's my number one piece of advice to give you if you're brand new. Not all creators are created equal, and it's easy to front run right now, and there's going to be lots of front runners. But and I
Yeah,
named all the critical dates. I was like, FTX went to zero November 8th, 2022. Look at the videos following that month. Were there any
yeah,
videos? If there's no videos, that's a bad sign. March 10th, 2023, when Silicon Valley Bank went to zero. Look at the videos following that week and month. Like, how did they respond? Were there any videos? That's a worse sign than even being misleading. And then the war in Israel, 9/11, 2023. Mount Gox selling their Bitcoin, uh, August 5th, 2024, or Japan cutting their rates.
yeah,
These are all critical moments, and like it's like judge me by that and judge them by that, because the last thing that you want is to be the being led by the blind. You don't want the blind leading the blind.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't have much to add to that. It comes with the territory. The live stream questions have certainly gotten a lot dumber, and the biggest one being, will Pepe hit a penny?
Oh my
And
god.
so, and then being like needing to explain market cap and needing to explain, like somebody on my live stream just a couple hours ago asked if Pepe was going to hit 4 cents. and needing to explain, no, that's much larger than the entire crypto market cap right now. I mean, it's a double-edged sword. It's like you're tortured by the stupidity, but then you need them because like they're going to be the reason why you win. I mean, we've already won. I mean, I'm not talking whatever. Like the people who are regulars on the live streams, it's the whole thing's bizarre, man. It's just here we go again.
Here we go. Here we go. The Dak Prescott. Here we go. Yeah, it's the most wonderful time of season again. The part actually, like, I don't mind teaching. I understand that, like, this is intentionally this is sort of my perspective as far as like new people coming in the chat. It's very intentionally challenging. It's a difficult thing to understand because they don't teach you money and how inflation works by design, in my opinion. So that part doesn't bother me as much. The part that bothers me actually is like just the new creators just popping up. And it's like, if you want to be a creator, then I'm all for it. Like, I'm all about everyone being like using your inner creative power that is like very much from your soul. However, I do have a problem if you're creating not from the perspective of like, hey, I'm learning this too. If you're creating from a perspective of like, I this is going to do X, Y, and Z, and we're all going to be rich, and you're the blind leading the blind, and you're misleading new people, that's the one that makes me mad.
Yeah. I don't see many of those people. But I'm sure they're out there. I'll take your word for it. I mean, I don't need to take your word for it. I know they're out there.
Yeah. So where do you think that we're at as far as in the if you were to outline the bull run, every phase A to Z, what letter of the alphabet do you think that we're in?
Oh man, could I instead say Wall Street psychology?
Yeah. Let's do that.
Somewhere between belief and thrill.
I think I have a picture actually that I could pull up. Belief and thrill.
Yeah. So it's tough because a lot of altcoins are still very down. So that would gravitate me more towards belief. But then this move up in Bitcoin earlier this week was very thrilling.
Right.
So I think because of the altcoins, I would say belief.
Sorry, I lost my camera for a second. That's okay.
Sure.
Did I have that psychology up?
It was up there.
Okay, cool. Where did you go? Here it is. Cool. So you think somewhere between belief?
So as I was talking, I was thinking closer to belief than thrill.
Closer to belief than thrill. Yeah,
I think Go ahead.
Yeah, I'd say we're probably optimism, belief, somewhere in that range for me.
I would say the moment that Bitcoin's dominance peaks and starts going down, and we have a confirmed downtrend in Bitcoin dominance, that would be late stage belief, early stage thrill. More so after that, after we start seeing Ethereum run, and then we just see these random explosions in altcoins, something like that.
Yeah. So okay, let's do some TA.
Yeah.
So one thing that I think is interesting, I think it's like pretty clear that things are getting heated up, right? I don't think anyone's going to be disputing that. Especially looking at the daily RSI, we got all the way up to 87, which is pretty hot. It's not like overwhelmingly hot, right? It's not like this is the end, but I think that this is definitely something. I know Coinbase is skyrocketing up, and am I saying that it's over? Pack it in. No, I'm not. But I think that this is the beginning of the end, and we're starting to really get this thing going. And I've been pretty consistent. I think we got about a year left of this party. But we're still in the very beginning phases of the bull run. The next phase that we need to happen, like that you had sort of alluded to, was Bitcoin dominance starting to crack and starting to show some chinks in the armor. Because right now it's just on a tear, and I think it's going to get somewhere between 63 and 64% before it really starts to roll over. And if we
Yeah.
were to like outline that from where we were last time, in my opinion, um, if we were to go to the same moment when Bitcoin dominance was just on an absolute tear, if we were to just show it kind of structurally where we're at in the chart, and not that this cycle is the exact same as last, but it is like it's the same flavor, it's the same shit, different toilet. That is what I would say. So on the top we have the Bitcoin dominance, which if you're brand new measures the the percentage of the cryptocurrency market that is invested into Bitcoin. And when it's the magical fairy dust time is when Bitcoin dominance falls off a cliff and Bitcoin continues to rise. That is sort of what we're waiting for next. So in my opinion, like if we look at this, so Bitcoin was trading for 500 days in this sort of same range and then finally breaks out of the range as Bitcoin dominance is rising, rising, rising. Bitcoin is rising. Bitcoin dominance peaks. Let's actually line these up the same. Let's make it the same. So Bitcoin dominance peaks right here. As Bitcoin peaks, Bitcoin falls back. Bitcoin dominance falls back. And then you said this perfectly in one of your videos, like as long we could have a pullback all the way to 70K and that would still be bullish. And I agree.
Yeah.
And then Bitcoin dominance really fell off a cliff as Bitcoin was continuing to rise. This is like, we have about 6 months of alt season, in my opinion. And if we were to outline this, like, so boring for 500 days, Bitcoin dominance finally, or Bitcoin breaks out as Bitcoin dominance is going on a tear. Well, I think that that's what just happened right now. So we were boring for 8 months in the same exact range. Bitcoin finally breaks out as Bitcoin dominance is just on a tear. That's where we're at, in my opinion, as far as like structurally, somewhere in here, somewhere
Yeah.
in this range right in here for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the showstopper. It is the show starter. Everything starts and finishes with Bitcoin. And I know that you've seen the chart about, money flowing, in fiat flowing into Bitcoin, Bitcoin into large caps into medium caps. I don't know that it
Yeah.
exactly follows that order, but the fiat to Bitcoin is true. And that's still the phase that we're in, US dollar into Bitcoin sort of phase.
Yeah.
One thing that I do find interesting that I was just looking at before the live stream, I was like, okay, this is pretty hot on the RSI, the relative strength. I was like, this is pretty hot on the RSI. Is there any other times when it was like really, really hot, but it wasn't necessarily the bottom? Because, the RSI is kind of a lagging indicator. And there is one interesting other similarity where it actually was the hottest it ever was, and it was right here.
Oh,
And
wow.
and that marks so that was right after FTX went to zero, and that to me marked a different shift. And we had pullbacks after that, right? Some
Yeah.
pretty significant ones even. But that was sort of the mark of, let's line this up on the day where it peaked. So you had a 20% pullback. I mean, I think that we could expect multiple 20% pullbacks on the way to this crazy euphoria. So I would say if we were looking at where the RSI is, this is kind of what I would say. Like boring and sideways, and a shift has just happened. Expect, in the coming days or weeks, a 10-15% pullback for Bitcoin, reaccumulating and then continuing the ride. That's sort of what I think. Any dips between now and the next 4 months, in my opinion, are almost automatic buys. What
Yeah.
say you?
Um, All right, I'm trying to think first steps here because I remember, all right, January 8th, 2021, Bitcoin hit $42,000, and that was the peak of Bitcoin dominance. And then it pulled back to 28,000. So that was a 33% drop. I remember being unwavering that there was no way that $42,000 was the peak. But I'm sure in that 33% drop in Bitcoin, um, altcoins dropped. They just didn't drop as much. So after that, though, so Bitcoin rose, went up to eventually peak at $64,000. I mean, I know you know this, but like after breaking through $42,000, it was officially into distribution mode. And so that would be a point where I would just be like, all right, identifying distribution. We're seeing Bitcoin run out of steam. We're seeing altcoins start to go on a tear. Um, Probably not as much buying the dip at that point. Just buying the dip on altcoins, or just really that's the time to start unwinding the whole position. But I mean, as far as ahead of us, what's ahead of us, dips are for buying, no doubt. I'm
Yeah.
just being technical about it. At some point, even if Bitcoin is continuing to put in higher highs, it may be that it's just all right. This is more for distribution than, and I'm saying this for the people listening, not for you. I know you know that. Um, so I tend to think, and I'm curious to know, like, what do most people care about? What do I care about the most right now? Is when's alt season going to be? When's it going to start? My estimates, and I am basing this off of just past history mostly, is sometime in December, Bitcoin's dominance is going to peak, and so then how long would an alt season be? I tend to think, earliest for the peak of alt season would be maybe the day of the inauguration, but I'm extending this a little bit more than what I've said in the past, to where I could think it could run a couple months longer. So
I think it's still going to be April or November,
okay,
personally. And I actually think that we're going to get, because governments are literally buying Bitcoin, like this is what's causing the narrative. You know me, like show me the charts, I'll tell you the news.
yeah,
But the narrative of what is causing this bull run is that governments are front running each other on buying Bitcoin, right? So the news that the Orange Man, we can't say his name, or Big Brother will get
we'll get
upset.
banned.
Yeah, Big Brother will be very upset if we say the Orange Man's name. But the Orange Man is supposed to buy 1 million Bitcoin. And so that is sort of the narrative as to what is causing this bull run. And I think it will probably be a buy the rumor, sell the news type event. But the caveat of that is, like, because BlackRock, because Germany, China, the United States government are the real apex predators. Not that they ever weren't, but they are officially front running as the leaders of carrying the cryptocurrency flag, if you will. I do think that we're going to have more of this, of a rounded distribution, and less of a blow off top,
Yeah,
in my
yeah,
opinion. And I think it's going to be a lot more drawn out of a healthy and long distribution. And it could be like we top. Bitcoin could top in April, just like last time.
sure.
And then we're not done until November, like last time, or even longer. Um, but yeah, that's sort of my feelings and thoughts on it. And I and I've told you, I think that the big one, as far as like when the chicken comes home to crow, that is 2029. So that's my opinion on
Yes,
when that will
yeah, I'm
happen.
familiar. I remember. Um, it is. So you're bringing up nation states loading up on Bitcoin, and I don't know. I Most of my information that I get is from people commenting in my live streams and then asking me about it, and then I have to do research and like try to figure it out eventually. I've heard rumors that the United States wants to buy 1 million Bitcoin or something like that. That seems insane to me. It's like it's one of those things that just seems too good to be true. But if they try to buy 1 million Bitcoin, just like all bets are off as to when the peak is going to be and what that peak's going to look like. You could throw insane numbers. I mean, the Bitcoin ETFs haven't bought 500,000 Bitcoin yet. And look at what's happened to the price. I mean, all-time
Right.
high before the halving, we're $90,000, and in 27 or sorry, in 2020, Bitcoin didn't break its all-time high until December of 2020. And the thing that got me excited in 2020 was like PayPal and Grayscale were buying 3 times the amount of Bitcoin mined per day.
Right.
Right now, these ETFs are buying way more than that every day. And then you throw in the United States or other governments around the world, because I would think if the United States is trying to buy 1 million, other governments are going to want to
They're gonna front run
not
it.
get. Yeah, yeah. So
Here's like the crazy part. Like if you allow me, and I don't like to live in this tinfoil hat land, but
yeah,
if for a moment you'll allow me to put on tinfoil hat land, and we will live here together in crazy land. The funny thing is, the actual policy is 1 million Bitcoin that they're going to buy over the next 5 years, right? And
all right, 2029.
2029, that's right. And the fine print too of like what no one is talking about, and they were outward public about this. They will never sell unless to pay off national debt.
Wow.
So like I'm telling you right now, what's about to cause the bear market of the big one in 2029 is the United States government squaring squaring their debts.
That's really something to think about, man. Because like for years I've been like, load up on Bitcoin, federal government.
Yeah.
Maybe there's actually a way that you can pay off your debts.
Right.
um,
Which
that's a good tinfoil hat comment for sure. And that'll be also one of the dumbest things. I mean, whatever. I'd be happy if the debt went back down to zero.
Right.
But
For
that
my
would
kids.
also. What's that?
For my kids' sake.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that is a nagging, like, show me the charts. Here's what's brewing. The history says every 7 years we have a pretty historic correction. Show me the charts. I will tell you the news. That is my theory that I'm working on, and hopefully, I don't know. that's definitely
Yeah.
tinfoil hat land, and it's not it's in the land of nod and odd, but not necessarily where we reside right now.
So I'm also just now doing some calculations in my head. Let's say they buy 1 million Bitcoin, and in 2029, Bitcoin's $1 million. I can't believe I'm saying I'm going to use the word only here, but that's only $1 trillion worth of Bitcoin. And the debt is 35 trillion or whatever, 37, 38 trillion dollars right now.
Well,
We'll see.
just like we talked about, too. There's gonna, like, BlackRock is not gonna just be like, well, we'll just let them do that.
Yeah.
China is not gonna just be like, well, I guess the United States got this one. I think there's gonna be an arms race for mining. There's gonna be an arms race for Bitcoin dominance. Like, who is the most dominant country? That's where this is went from a degenerate gambling Silk Road thing to now literally countries perhaps fighting wars over this stuff.
Oh man, I'm just you brought up wars. Like what happens?
Right.
Confiscate the Bitcoin from the defeated country or something. Well, they'll probably lose it in a sailing accident or something. So.
Yeah. Oh, I lost my ledger. Whoopsies!
Yeah.
I'm a Sagittarius.
Yeah. So, when do you think Bitcoin's dominance is going to peak?
Probably December. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think. Literally, I've been saying this for years, since 2022. Everyone keeps telling me it's different this time. And I keep saying where. Like I haven't seen like it's a different year, yeah, sure, but like structurally, I don't think that there's anything that has been different yet. Um,
Yeah,
Things are a little bit like they're different flavors, but it's the different
yeah,
flavor of the same shit, in my opinion. So yeah, I think it's going to be December, and it's going to be January through April is going to be slot machine time and eeny meeny miny mo, catch
yeah,
a Lambo by its toe.
yeah. I so I mean I've expressed that I'm not a believer in the 4 year halving cycle entirely, but I have to acknowledge we are matching stride for the most part.
Right.
I mean we now have the pumped up fun effect with Peanut hitting $1.5 billion in 2 weeks in market cap. And so what kind of a wrench is that going to throw into it? I mean, it's going to do something. I would expect some utilities to not perform as well as many people would have expect them. But for the most part, I think we're just going to go stride for stride right now until we stop, until we don't, because I think we won't at some point. But what would make sense to me is very soon Ethereum is going to outperform Bitcoin, and very soon we're going to see random explosions in altcoins before Bitcoin peaks, after Bitcoin peaks, like what we saw in 2021. A lot of altcoins exploded in February and March. Bitcoin peaked in April, and those altcoins never came back.
Right.
VeChain, Filecoin, HoloCoin. Man, I haven't thought about that one in a while.
I have a long on VeChain that I've had a few for like a few weeks.
Yeah.
It's a small long, like only like 3x, but it's up like over 200%, and
Oh yeah, I'm not surprised.
yeah,
I was in a long on XRP and it closed at 90 cents. To XRP.
yeah,
Here we go.
it's time.
So, hey, $5. It's not looking too far off now.
No, a 5x away. Yep.
Yeah.
And by the way, you mentioned Ethereum. Like, I know that you're not a Wyckoff guy, but maybe some of my Wyckoffski has rubbed off onto
I mean,
you.
I believe in Wyckoff.
Yeah, but
I just don't analyze it all that much. I just
right.
don't know it well enough.
Look at Ethereum. Like, this is the same setup
Yeah.
that I teach about until I'm blue in the face. By the way, this is what I did on my live stream, and just for your audience that maybe kind of missed some of it, I will. People were asking me about Dogecoin, right? And I'm like, Dogecoin had the setup, had past tense.
Yeah.
It had the setup that I'm looking for. But if we were to like do it like we'll say VeChain, and then if you were to do Dogecoin, and then you were to do Render, which Render oddly enough is almost starting it over again because it's in the reaccumulation phase, but it already had the same setup, right? So if you were to like analyze this 1, 2, and 3, let's kind of set this up the same. So it doesn't really matter about the coin, but the structure is the important thing, right? So if you were to
Yeah.
analyze this 1, 2, and 3, these are all the same exact setups, but just different phases of this setup. And we have VeChain, Dogecoin, and Render, but it doesn't matter. We're looking at structure. So it's like you have the bear market, the bear market, the bear market, and White Coffee called that the markdown. The accumulation, the accumulation, the accumulation, the sign of strength, sign of strength, sign of strength, the back test, back test, back test. Okay, so like I'm buying coins that are here because I know the next phase is this. And I was saying that Dogecoin was on this list like a month ago for
Yeah.
a year. A year now, I was saying that this is a really beautiful looking setup. So this is like in the middle of the markup phase, which is what Render already did when it did a 30x, right? So that is where, not that Dogecoin is going to do a 30x. I think it has maybe another 3 to 5x left in it. But like, is it too late to buy Dogecoin? I'm not saying it's too late. It's still going to return investment, but I think there's better plays, and I'm looking for the ones that are here.
Yeah.
Where, example, VeChain is, but I don't care about the coin itself.
Yeah.
as long as it has good supply. It's not dumping supply on your head to Valhalla. And it has
That's
this.
VeChain.
That's VeChain.
Yeah. I mean,
Any meme coins on your radar? Solnick and HeeHee.
I've been, Sonic and HeeHee. The funny thing, I was thinking about this. I made a video yesterday. Like our coins front ran Doge and Pepe and Shib. You know, like ours did multiple X's weeks ago.
By the way, HeeHee.
Yeah.
Go ahead, continue, but HeeHee,
All right.
real quick, has the same exact setup. I mean, come on.
Okay. There we go.
Yeah, it's literally the same setup, bro.
Yeah.
So there you go.
I think it's ready for its next leg. I mean, I was hoping it would happen today, but I was also hoping that Bitcoin would break through 90 and stay up there, and small players can have an effect on the price. So a whale decided to dump 10,000 and kill momentum, whatever. It doesn't matter. We know where this is going.
Right. The way I feel about it is like, let them go, bro, because like literally I have literally, like, on my mama, literally outlined, like, step for step, candle for candle, damn near, what is going to happen with the market. And now that we're here, you want to leave? Like, be my guest, bro. Be my guest, please.
Yeah. But so the thing that I pointed out in a video I made yesterday is, Pepe, Doge, that's been the last week or so that those have done very well. And it was, like a month ago? I mean, you would know better when Solnick and HeeHee broke out.
Right.
We front ran Pepe and Doge, and so I think like the next big explosive move, if it's going to be between Pepe, Doge, Solnick, and HeeHee, that we've entered the chop, and that ours are going to explode first, and then Pepe and Doge will catch up. So
yeah, I do think that that's true, that we are almost not ahead of the market, but in a way we are ahead of the market. So I think that you guys are at the sign of strength back test right now. The next phase is the real deal markup. And then I think that Solnick has the exact same chart as Bitcoin pre-breakout. By the way, this is the weekly chart.
Okay.
But let's just go to the daily. But yeah, I think it's the same thing. You have a massive like bull flag. It had the same thing, accumulation, massive bull flag, reaccumulation, chopping on top of, like, as you can see, all of these candles are on top of all of the body candles of the prior all-time high. To me, that's exactly what Bitcoin did. And to me, that is the next bottom right here. Like, same thing for Bitcoin. Why did Bitcoin chop sideways for so long? I think the reason for that is because in 2026 or 2027, whenever the bottom is, this is going to be where we're going to get caught. And I think that's what's going on. It's a massive bull flag reaccumulation phase. I showed you the chart a while ago. But yeah, reaccumulation. This is the schematic right here. And so that's what's after that. So that's where I think that Solnick is, and I think that HeeHee has the same setup as VeChain and everything else. And just like I bet my beard $58,000, I said we're going to 80K or I'll shave my beard. I have the same bet with Solnick, $75 million market cap, or I will shave my beard by the end of the bull market.
So that answers a question that I'd be happy for you to answer, since you have more freedom to do so. Can HeeHee and Solnick do a 10x from here? Easy. I mean, Solnick, for those who don't know, is at around $4 to $5 million. Yeah. 75 million is much more than a 10x.
We're at 4 million. I actually have like a medium, like, if I'm being conservative, I think that you guys on the next leg will get you easy 10 to 20 cents. So that's
on the next leg, 10 to 20 cents.
That's what I think. Yep.
So you're not talking about like the peak. You're talking about the next leg.
It might be the peak, but because it could take. Okay. I don't know how long that's going to take. Yours accumulated for a long time, but Yeah, 10 to 20 cents. That's my target for HeeHee, and we could have multiple legs to the peak, but 10 to 20 cents is where I think it's going to go, and that's 100. What is that? That's over 100 million, right? 200 million.
Yes.
Yeah.
20 cents would be, because of the burn, that would be like 150 million, I think.
Well,
so
yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna need a screen capture of this for a video, by the way.
All right, I got you.
So,
Boom. I just did a highlight.
fantastic.
Control H.
Man, that's awesome. I need more of your tech.
Did he say Solnick? I did say Solnick. Solnic. Solnick and HeeHee are on a short list of meme coins sub 10 million market cap.
Oh yeah.
That I believe in long term.
It's I can't even begin to tell you the level of how happy it makes me to know that there are cryptos, meme coins under $10 million market caps that I feel comfortable holding. And I'm just not afraid that, you buy some random meme coin that you know nothing about that's under 10 million. That thing could go to zero, to literally could go to $10,000 market cap tomorrow.
Yep.
And just to be sitting comfortably, waiting patiently for the time, and knowing saying with a great deal of confidence that time's coming. It's amazing. So I want to identify as many meme coins like that as possible. It's not easy.
No.
I've got 3 right now.
You got 3. I have 2.
Solnick, HeeHee, and Soba.
I have 2.8. I'm almost there with Soba.
Yeah.
I like Soba. I think it'll do well. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't put my name on everything, damn it.
Sure, that's perfectly fine.
No, I like Soba. I think he's a good guy. I think he's going to be same thing. He understands. Maybe he didn't in the beginning, and maybe he's had some growth, which is fine. Like I've had lots of growth, and I've changed. What I'm going to do for this long term as well. So he's allowed to do that as well. So yeah, I think it's more of a legacy play for him as well. $1 to $2 for LCX. That's my target. So people keep asking me about LCX.
Yeah, same. I made a video. I just was like, I'm so tired of the LCX questions. Yes. So I decided I'm making a video. I'm posting it on X and on TikTok, and I'm just going to point people to the video from now on.
Someone asked in the comments. Solnick is about 4 million market cap on Sol. XTZ9 is the last 4. Okay. By the way, listen, and this is true for if you're brand new or if you're like medium. I've seen veterans get scammed like this. Listen, we're not going to airdrop you for any cryptocurrency. There is no redeeming. Okay, if something shows up in your wallet and says redeem here, that's not us. If you redeem, what's going to happen is it will redeem from your wallet to their wallet, all of your crypto in that wallet. Do not redeem. Do not redeem. No.
Oh,
why are you redeeming?
That's one of the most satisfying videos in all of existence. I'm going to watch that after this live stream.
I need to put that because I have a whole like bar full of like funny sound bites that I have on my stream deck. I need to add that to there. Do not redeem.
Yeah.
And for that matter, me and Alex are not going to message you. We love you, but we're not going to message you.
I have no interest in messaging any of you.
If a
you guys message me all the time.
If a Yoboyski or a World War Bitcoin slides into your DMs, it's not us. It's somebody from Pakistan or Kakistan, but it ain't us.
Man, I blocked this account this week. Somebody did a fake video of me saying, "Hey, World War Bitcoin, that's my regular account, and then this is my account where you message me and all that stuff." And it was me. It was AI
I
moving
saw
my lips and everything, and it's like, man, they're only going to get more advanced. I mean, maybe one day they'll be doing live streams and answering questions in the live streams with fake versions of us.
They have price predictions.
Yeah.
What's your VeChain? You said that VeChain was
Telegram.
My target. People keep spamming VeChain. 40 cents is my target for VeChain. 40 to 69 cents.
All right. Sounds good to me.
And I think by the way, like when I say retrace, here's a free bit of as the kids say, alpha, which is an uncomfortable thing for me to drop on people. It's a weird
Yeah.
thing. If I drop alpha, what is that? I don't know. It's a weird thing that people just started accepting. It's like when I was in the army, everyone called the platoon sergeant daddy. I'm like, I'm not calling another man
Ooh.
daddy. I'm not doing it.
Mm.
You guys can do that all you like, but that's not going to be me. But retracement, anyways, the point is everything that is not broken, aka a lots of inflation or something gets wrong with the blockchain, i.e., Luna Classic. Anything that's not broken in those two ways will retrace. And
Yeah.
what I refer to the retracement is the point 0.5 to the 702. So minimum, in my opinion, like you could take it to the bank. VeChain is going to do a 4.6x minimum,
Mm-hmm.
and that's about 14 cents. So everything under the sun. By the way, people hated on XRP. They said it was, dead, all this
Stable coin.
stuff. Yeah, all this stuff. Guess what XRP did last cycle? It retraced to the 618.
Yep.
Everything that is not broken with lots of inflation. So if there's a crazy amount of inflation like Filecoin, it's not going to work. But everything that's not broken with inflation or the blockchain gets busted will retrace, just
Yeah.
like XRP did last cycle as well. It went above the point 0.5 actually. So there you go. There's a free bit of data for you.
Lots of money to be made in the retrace, man.
That's right. You don't even need to go parabolic. It's like
Yeah.
why do you people have this weird thing where it's like they want to be the guy. They want to go on this moon mission and I'm going to wait to the absolute bottom and I'm not going to do anything until that moment. And then we're all going to go, we're going to buy. And then I'm going to hold,
Yeah.
I'm going to hold, I'm going to hold until we get to this peakity deekity top. And then
I'm gonna
at this
sell.
moment, I'm going to sell. It's like, why, bro?
Yeah.
Just be in the right flavor and you can make a lot of money. That's all you
Oh
need
yeah.
to
Yeah. It's been a lot easier to trade lately. Um
do. Right.
I mean, my trading portfolio has, I think, doubled in the last week.
Same.
Yeah. So, and that I think more of that's coming
Until it's not.
until it's not. That's
Yeah.
right.
Be
And
careful.
hopefully, we'll know when we're in a downtrend and just do it the opposite direction.
Right. Someone said, I need help with the flavors. Someone said, new. How do I calculate inflation on a cryptocurrency? Good. So, what will tell you the truth is the market cap. Market cap
Yeah.
will tell you the truth. So, when you're analyzing something, you could just go on CoinMarketCap, like an easy, beginner-friendly way to do this without getting like too far in the weeds. Is we'll just do Filecoin for an example because I know there's a crazy amount of inflation, right? So if you just search any coin, go to all, and then just take a
Get ready.
mental note of what the price looks like, and then look at the market cap. They should be the same. If they're not the same, that means there's a lot of inflation. But if we look at like say Bitcoin,
Yeah.
like they don't need to be exactly candle for candle, but they should be in the same flavor. Like see how Bitcoin is in the same flavor? That means
Look
there's
at
go ahead.
look at Zcash. I want to use that as an example
Zcash.
because it'll be, look at what it did.
That's insane.
So look at what its price did in 2018 versus what its price did in 2021, and then its market cap. This is exactly what you have to avoid.
That's right.
And there weren't really all that many super highly inflationary cryptos from 2018. That was between 2018 and 2021 thing, where all these new cryptos were created with these insane tokenomics, thinking that they were going to be smart and that nobody was going to notice. And Zcash was I think the worst offender of all the large cryptos from 2018. And so you can see market cap hit a new all-time high. Price didn't get anywhere near. And forgetting about the launch day price, whatever that was in the price chart,
Right. If you cancel out this big old wick over
Yeah,
here. But
I
this
don't think
this
it
peak,
didn't get to a 0.5.
yeah, this peak right here in price was $627, and this peak over here in price was $283. It didn't even get to the point 0.5, but when we look at market cap, this is like a full-on parabolic structure right here from the top to the bottom. You can see that this went higher.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I actually do have a list of coins too, and maybe I'll add this one too because it says 77% of the max. So they can't change in theory.
Yeah.
They can't.
So it's proof of work.
Right.
So it's like this. That's, if you can picture that, their supply distribution.
Yeah. I do have a list of coins in the bear market that have already inflated,
Yeah.
like front ran their inflation to the point where they don't have a lot of inflation anymore that I'm going to be accumulating.
H-bar.
Maybe I'll add this one, but H bar, yeah, definitely. What are some other ones? Jasmy.
Yeah. And
Jasmy's like
Jazzy's
that.
pretty much done.
Right. I've heard Filecoin has a maximum supply. If that's true, I'll add it. I don't know that.
Huh.
I can't verify that on
Yeah.
Coin Market Cap.
I think Render. So Render introduced a burning mechanism that burns a lot of the coins from every transaction.
Yeah, a lot of the flavors of coins that people liked in 2023, I'll be adding like Ondo, all these different ones like that as well. Sui, I'll be adding.
Yeah, Sui.
Yeah, but these, in my opinions, are not plays right now. These are plays for
Yep.
for the next time, the next go around.
Yeah. So a lot of ISO 20022 coins fit within that.
Yeah.
Very highly inflationary, but next time around that'll be less of an effect.
Yeah, and there's a myth too. Everyone, like, I don't know how many times I've heard people say XRP, they're dumping supply on your head. It's like, that's verifiably not true, bro. Because, like, look, let's do the same experiment. Go to price, look at all, and then look at the market cap. Like, they are the exact same. It's
Pretty inflationary, but it's like
they've been responsible with it.
yeah, but that was scandalous. Back between 2018 and 2021, the rate of XRP's inflation. Now it's like it's just on a total different level.
Right.
Like Sui from earlier this year to the end of 2025 is going to have 5 times more supply in circulation than it did in early 2024. If XRP did that, then the people hating on XRP would have like quintupled.
Oh my God. They would burn down the Ripple facility.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, no, I'm not a part of the XRP army. I'm not a part of the XRP cult. However, I think it will perform just fine. Most of my position was made around 30 cents, and I'm feeling pretty good today.
There we go.
So, and I feel comfortable holding XRP for 20 years if it doesn't do what I want it to do anyways. Near prediction, I think Near will do about a 5. I haven't looked at Near in a while, but I think it'll do about a 5x.
I think it looks pretty good right now.
Yeah. Yeah, same setup. It's a little bit of inflation. Like, as you can see, it's at like the 0.5, but it still has a way to go.
Yeah. Can Arrow hit $3?
Arrow's another one of those coins. I think it can. I think I had a target of a 450 for parabolic, but it is pretty inflationary.
Yeah.
It's already like parabolic right now. So, what is it at? $3? Can it double from here? Sure.
Yeah.
It could double from here. Yeah, the amount of people. I actually saw someone saying something about Pepe about, oh, if we could just get to what Dogecoin is right now at 37 cents. It's like, bro. Yeah.
I thought you were talking about market cap. I was like, could it get to Doge's market cap?
It could get to Doge's market cap, but that's what people don't understand is, like, market cap is the actual price. Like, don't worry about the number.
Yeah.
You need anyone who, this is what I've said, anyone who tells you that market cap doesn't matter is in one of three categories. They're either A, leading a cult, and if you want to be a part of a cult, that's fine, but that's not for making money. They're B, intentionally misleading you, or
Mm.
they are C, are ignorant. And if you're
Yeah.
trying to make money, none of those three will work for you.
In the cult that they're in is the XRP army, because I hear that more from XRP people than anyone else.
Right,
And
because they'll say
just
$10,000 or
$10,000
50,000.
XRP.
Yeah, that's impossible.
Yeah.
If we live in the land of odd and nod, that is real, but we don't live there. Litecoin. I think it's hilarious. What are your thoughts on all the Litecoin identifying as a meme coin? Have you seen that?
I heard something about that. Yeah, and then it kind of pumps after that.
Yeah.
So
The funny thing is, Litecoin actually typically is one of the first movers. It's usually like Dogecoin and Litecoin. They're kind of one of the first movers, and this to me is a pretty good setup. It's a deep
yeah,
accumulation. I mean, I think that Litecoin could get to $1,000. There's not like a ton of inflation for Litecoin.
yeah,
Minimum $225, and I could see it getting as high as $1,000.
wow,
So just shy of it, or a little bit more than a 10x. Let me double
yeah.
check that inflation on Litecoin because I'm
It's the same as Bitcoin.
yeah, it's a fork.
Yeah,
But
34 million. They have a halving every 4 years.
yeah, it's a fork. But I know Dogecoin is a fork too, but there's no supply cap.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
but
doesn't.
even Dogecoin, like the funny thing about Dogecoin is like people will hear, oh, they print 10,000 coins a minute. That's super highly inflationary. But
Not relatively.
Dogecoin's, what's that?
Not relatively.
Yeah, it's I've done the math. I think it's like 3% annually, which I don't love, but it's like, I'll take it over what we're seeing with a lot of utility cryptos. So,
If the
but
dollar,
Litecoin,
sorry, go
what's
ahead.
that?
I keep cutting you off. My bad. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. So I've seen some videos basically saying, Litecoin gets a 350, you sell, that's it. It's over. The whole thing's over. So we'll see if that happens this time around.
So it's according to CoinMarketCap, the inflation on Litecoin is 89% completed.
Yeah,
So, yeah, I think it could easily get to $1,000. To be honest,
let's do it.
Dogecoin, the inflation is the maximum supply is infinity, but like you said, 3%. Here's the thing: if the U.S. dollar's inflation was actually 3%, I would be
Yeah,
okay with that. But
yeah,
it's not, right?
yeah,
They piss on us and tell us it's raining. It's not actually. But when you compare Dogecoin's price to their market cap, it's not. It's nothing unreasonable. Yeah, are they printing supply every day? But yeah, they are. But it's within the uptrend of the price. Where I think it's a problem is when the like Filecoin market cap's going on a tear, but the price is the same. That's a
yeah.
problem. Which narrative will pump first? Well, I have a chart for you, my friend. It says the chart is called "Trade the News and You Will Lose." Um, Here you go. Here's all of the very best narratives that have happened over the past 4 years. Elon goes on SNL at the absolute top. Everyone said, "Oh, it's going higher." Dogecoin to $2, $1, whatever. Luna goes to zero at the local bottom. FTX goes to zero at the absolute bottom. Every crypto creator and their brother, besides me and Alex, said it was going to 10K, going to 12K. Don't buy this. Wouldn't buy it with a 10-foot pole. Silicon Valley Bank goes to zero. Same thing. Every creator said, "Oh, well, we were wrong last time, but we're going to 10K for sure. I promise you." My wife's boyfriend has the inside scoop. The war in Israel kicked off. World War Bitcoin can't possibly survive World War III or Silicon Valley Bank. The whole reason that you get in Bitcoin in the first place, that just went to zero, but that means bad for Bitcoin. Everyone said that we're going to zero. That was a local bottom. Bitcoin ETF gets approved on the local top. Germany and Mt. Gox. They're selling their
Oh,
Bitcoin.
yeah.
The bull market's over. It's over at the local bottom. Japan cut their rates at the local bottom. The bull market's over for real this time. I promise. I swear it. My wife's boyfriend has the inside scoop. He knows. All right. He's got a Coinbase wallet. Trust him. So yeah, trade the news. You'll lose.
Yep.
That's my thoughts.
Any thoughts on Ethereum Classic price?
Ethereum Classic has a beautiful setup. And same thing too. Okay, I'm biased. All right. Hear me. If I'm biased, I try to let you know I'm biased.
All right.
I'm biased towards mineable coins because I am a miner. I have one of the biggest mining operations in the city that I live in. Okay. So in my opinion, I think this is verifiably true, but I am biased. The miners are the biggest whales that no one talks about. Where the miners go, liquidity flows. Where liquidity flows, 10, 20, 30 X's go. However, this chart, I mean, come on, same chart. Same chart as everything that we've been talking about. So, yeah, this is one of the most profitable. This is where all the Ethereum hash rate mostly went to, especially from the ASICs, which are application-specific integrated computers. These are computers designated specifically for mining. All the ASICs went to ETC because it had the same exact algorithm, ETC and Ethereum. So if you don't know, Ethereum is the OG actual Ethereum.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know the story about this. This is kind of my gripes with Ethereum, to be honest. This is where my the fact that they changed what happened on the blockchain. That's why we have two separate Ethereums in the first place, because you had a centralized power go over. Big Brother said, no, that didn't happen. Well, Ethereum Classic is the fork, is the chain where those transactions did happen.
Yeah.
That's the fundamental difference. But this is now decentralized. But yeah, I think $94 minimum. Again, everything under the sun will retrace. The inflation on Ethereum Classic is very low.
Yeah.
And then parabolic, 420 blazing. So that's my 420 blazing. That's
I was responding to a question, but I bought $3,000 worth of Ethereum Classic this week just because it's one that I just have a lot of confidence in is just going to pump really hard at some point. But the thing that I like to point out for people is when Ethereum Classic in 2021 shot up like crazy, that was very quick.
Yes.
And then it was over. So
that's true.
Don't be greedy. Don't be a bag holder of Ethereum Classic.
Right. Because again, same thing. This is a mineable coin. So in 2021, there might be a little bit of a difference because in 2021, people were definitely you couldn't tell me nothing in 2021 because I was mining Ethereum. I was making more money than I was making in the army mining Ethereum, and I didn't do nothing. So you couldn't tell me nothing. Like, why are you late? First of all, lower your tone. No. But, yeah. So that is not going to be true this time. There is no mining Ethereum. So anybody that's mining Ethereum Classic, they're mining it for real. So there's a chance that it's more of a healthy distribution rather than last time.
Yeah.
But also, the miners have been mining it at nothingness for, years. So,
yeah.
What is this? 1,000 days at the same price. So, yeah.
I'm going to answer a question. AVAX is a good play now. I just wanted to answer that.
Yeah. AVAX is on the short list of Wyckoff's key plays.
Yeah.
Same chart. This is the chart you're looking for, ladies and gentlemen. Period. This is the pre-Doge breakout. So Doge, if you were to draw a line, where is Doge in relation to this chart? Doge had the exact same chart, except it's here. That's the difference. So, and I'll show you. Same chart, same setup. So yeah, anything that looks like this that doesn't have a stupid amount of inflation, in my opinion right now, is a play. It's at play. Ethereum Classic has the same setup. Yeah, I think AVAX will do about an 8x from here. Easy.
Yeah, it's interesting. You know, people are asking me about I'm going to pronounce it wrong on purpose, but Coke Inu. Uh, it's an Avalanche meme coin, and my response to them is like, listen, Solana has obviously been a big winner already. It's up 30x from its bear market bottom, but I'm quite convinced that Avalanche is going to outperform Solana just based off the fact that Solana is so far up, and Avalanche is only like 3x up from its bear market bottom. And so maybe that meme coin, because of the liquidity pair with Avalanche, will be a good one. But you got to be patient.
Yeah. I'll say that okay. So when we merged, because obviously Solnic, well, it might not be obvious, but Solnic is the main base chain for Solnic is Solana, but
Yeah.
we have also integrated into by wormholing our supply. So there's about 929 million available on Solana. There's about 5 million available, or 2.5 million available on AVAX, and there's about 2.5 million available on Base. So Base was one that was promised because Base was popping off, and I promised that we were gonna bridge to Base, right? However, the one AVAX, that was a strategic play for me because I was like, I want to be a part of this, just like you were saying. Solana, in a lot of ways, has already had a huge run, where AVAX, I think, is next. And I think a lot of the memes on AVAX are going to play very well. And I would say that looking at Coke, as you say, is this chart looks pretty good to me. But yeah, I think that AVAX is going to run. And then if it's the language that we speak, like we speak English, we speak Spanish, that's the different blockchains. If that's running, everything that is the sun of all of the memes on there, and they're going to feel the heat.
Yes. Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah, this looks pretty good to me.
Yeah. Available on Robinhood. AVAX.
Does buys on AVAX affect Solana holders' price? They okay. So the question he's talking about for
Yeah,
Solnic,
Solnic. Yeah.
right? So technically, it is its own different contract address, but they are this roughly within margin of the same price, and the market has a way of just evening it out. Because if you have, like, say Solnic goes up to 0.005, but AVAX is at 0.0049, well, you're getting more Solnic at 0.0049, and so it kind of just balances itself out. So yeah, that's the answer to that question.
Yeah.
But eventually, and we're working on this right now with coin, just like a lot of the bigger meme coins and such that are on a bunch of different chains. If you go on Coin Market Cap, it'll show you the market cap of the total. So if you add up AVAX and Base and XRP and wherever else that this coin is on, it will give you the total market cap of that. And that's what we're working on right now, is getting Coin Market Cap and Coin Gecko to reflect all three of the chains. Because if you just look up Solnic, it'll just be like 4 million or whatever it is. But really, it's a little bit higher than that. Yeah, 3.9 right now, 3.99. But really, it's a little bit higher than that because we have Base and we have AVAX as well. But we're trying to get it to where it shows you the total market cap.
Yeah. Yeah.
Solnic versus HeeHee. It's Solnic and HeeHee. Live in a world of abundance, my friend.
Yeah. All right. You know, I got a request for DGen. I was hesitating to have you look that one up. It's just
I think
it's
it was
already shot off.
Yeah, that's what I think. It was a play, and now it's not. That's my
Yeah.
opinion. It had the same setup. It's just higher in the setup. So this
Yeah.
is the accumulation, your sign of strength, your back test. This is already working on phase E. I would say that this is okay value. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not excellent value. It's not great value. I think that there's better plays. Ideally, you want to be buying the plays that are here, because this is the next phase of that game. Okay, you want to be buying pre that, and there's a whole list of coins that are still pre Your accumulation, your sign of strength, your back test. There's a whole heap of coins that are in that category. I think it will still perform well. Like
Yeah.
it's still going to have ROI. I'm not saying that the top is in or anything like that. It'll probably do another 4x from here, which is, if you compare that to the stock market, you are rocking and
Fantastic.
rolling, but there's better plays in my opinion. It's okay value, not great.
Yeah.
What plays? All right, here's the Wyckoff-ski. Take notes. You're gonna get one chance, one opportunity. All right, ICP. Link has the same chart. VeChain has the same chart. HNT has the same chart. Rose has the same chart. AVAX, LCX, Shiba, Doge is no longer. It was XYO, XDC, Dent, API 3, Theta, Tel, Naka, IOTX, ADA, and that is the end of the list. DGB now, not DGB. Crow. There you go. Flux, IMX. That's it. End of list. So
Buy all of those.
there's more. There's more, but those are the ones that I'm okay with.
Yeah.
So yeah, near, you could put it there. Crow or AVAX. I think they're both going to perform well in the next 6 months. Very well. Like, you're going to be very happy with either. But I do think that potentially Crow has higher upside potential. I would
Even
say
now.
even now. I would say that AVAX is going to be. That's a tough one. It's like, I would say, yeah, because it's still well below the 236 and there's not a crazy amount of inflation.
Okay.
I think that Crow at a minimum is going to get to 50 cents. But it could get as high as $1 or $2. I'd say that AVAX will have more guaranteed returns. And I think that the potential upside for Crow is more boom bust.
Yeah.
Upside potential. That's how I would.
I was just thinking as you were saying that, like, I think AVAX is a safer play.
AVAX is a safer play. I think that the potential for upside is higher on Crow, but I think that the guaranteed returns would be higher on AVAX.
Yeah.
But I like them both. They're both on my short list.
I got another 5 minutes or so, or maybe just, yeah.
So how are you feeling about everything? You're both happy and mad at the same time, it seems like.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? All right, be careful. Yeah, all right. I tell all my friends this in real life, okay? Uh, I have a massive case of RBF. I think we've talked about this. You know what RBF
Yeah, yeah,
is?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so my friends in real life, I remember this one time, I was at this men's hangout thing, and I just asked everyone who was there, like, how many of you have thought that I hate you before, or thought I didn't like you? And like 2/3 of the people raised their hand. No, I think it was actually 80% of the people raised their hands.
Everyone in the room stood up.
And it was even people that I was very close with. So people tell me all the time, like, that I look angry when I'm just like inside. I'm just like,
This is my happy face.
yeah, yeah.
That's funny.
So don't ever read into any facial expressions during our live streams. It's a curse that I have to live with.
Yeah, your dry sense of humor cracks me up. Sometimes I'll put on because I drive Monday through Thursday. I'm still in film school. I have like an
Uh-huh.
hour drive, and sometimes I'll put on your live streams. And you just say some of the funniest stuff. Sometimes it cracks me up. It's like if someone asks you about a coin 17 times in a row, you're like, LCX, shoot me in the face.
Yeah.
uh,
And the stuff that's been driving me crazy right now is give me an easy 10x. Just
how many people
come
in your
on.
real life are like hitting you up about crypto?
Not many as of now. I did get a message today from somebody. So,
I've had about 2 people hit me up.
yeah,
So I think I think we
we're
still
heating
got
up.
time. Yeah, we still got
Yeah.
time. All right. Any closing thoughts?
Um, so let me respond to a message here. So, closing thoughts. I don't know. I just well no. All right. We already did talk about this. Like we have you and I have some different beliefs as to what 2025 is going to look like. How about I say it like that?
Which is great. I don't want to live in an echo chamber.
Yeah, yeah. And the end result, we've said this multiple times, the end result is that we're probably going to play it exactly the same, no matter what happens. And so I do not believe that we're going to have this massive blow off top in the crypto market. I know we've talked about distribution top for Bitcoin, but at the end of 2025, I don't think that's in the cards. Um, and a lot of people do, and that's fine. But however it plays itself out, we're both looking at the charts. We're both responding to the market. Um, we're Bitcoin's at a better price right now than I thought it would be at this point, and I don't see any signs of a reversal yet, not even close. And when we see the signs of a reversal, we're going to see those signs and we're going to react.
We're gonna scream it from the mountaintops, and we're gonna be
Yeah,
hated. We're gonna be hated for it, just like we were in 2022 and 2023 for being bullish when everyone else was bearish.
yeah. So that's all that I'll say for now. I mean, the key is to not be rigid, to be flexible, to be responsive to the things that you see, and not be like credible crypto on X. I don't know if you know who that is, but
Credible crypto.
yeah, credit bull like bull horns.
Oh,
He he called for Bitcoin. Huge following, really good TA guy. But he called for Bitcoin to go to 50,000 when it was in the upper 60s, and he's sticking with that, and he's married to it,
mm.
and he's getting a lot of pushback on that, obviously, and so we need to adapt, and the sooner that you can admit that you're wrong when you're wrong, when your forecast or whatever is not working out, the better,
Yeah.
because the better you'll react and the better you'll do. So, and I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about just
I've been wrong
you
before.
people.
I've been wrong
Yeah,
before.
everyone's been wrong.
I have a damn good track record, but I've been wrong before.
Yeah.
uh, Someone says they don't have any answers. Well, I bet my beard at 58K that we were going to 80K before Christmas. I said the real number is 100K, so I have that answer for you.
All right. You know what? Hey, last thought, or yeah, what do you think's going to happen as we make our way up to 100K? Like in terms of, I'm assuming there's going to be a rejection at or near 100K, and it's going to be a hard one.
It's a huge psychological level, for sure. This is what I've said, and we've talked about this a little bit too. But like, okay, so like, let's just analyze the last euphoric time of just like up only. It's only Lambo's time. It's only like awesome sunshine and rainbows. Just straight up. When you do it like that, even during the most bullish time of up only, there was multiple 20% corrections along the way. Multiple 20-30% corrections along the way.
Yeah.
During the most bullish, there's three. During the most bullish time humanly imaginable, there was approximately 20%.
Can you move the chart over?
Sorry.
Yeah, there you go.
There was approximately 20% corrections along the way. And, in the stock market, if there's a 20% correction, people are losing their jobs.
Oh yeah.
right? That's like we're entering into a recession. So that's what's going to happen on the up only time frame. There will be pullbacks certainly, and I'm going to give like a loose. I'm going to give.
That was for somebody else.
I'm going to give. I'm going to give a loose like for the next 3 to 4 months. Obviously, don't just like, okay, he said it, I'm going to come back in 4 months. Like, obviously, I will say if there's being signs, but I think for the next 3 or 4 months, at a minimum, any dips are to be bought, especially in the altcoins. Bitcoin, to me, maybe it does another 2x, maybe. 138K as high as 207,000 is my macro bull run target. That's what I think that we're going to get to. But there's going to be corrections along the way, and any 20% correction in Bitcoin, guess what? The altcoins, that's looking more like 35%, 40%. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
And you're going to think that it's the end of the world, and you just have to understand how the apex predators move. They operate off of your emotions. You get overexposed because you weren't accumulating when you should have been. So then you go too much on leverage or whatever the case may be, and then you're screwed. You borrowed money from your dad. Like, don't do that. For the love of God, just be patient. DCA, and DCAing. Like, and I talked about this. Well, this is what I'll say. This is what I'll leave you guys with. When was the best time to plant an orchard? People are like, is it too late to get in? Okay, I would say the best time to have planted an orchard was 10 years ago. The second best time is today.
Yeah.
Okay, so DCA, dollar cost average, that means you buy a little bit each and every week regardless of price. And you're making a macro bet that the governments, the United States government, Germany, China, Russia will print more money. And for me, I would bet that the sun will come up tomorrow, and then that would be my second bet, would be that the governments will print more money. If you started DCAing into Bitcoin $100 a week every single week at the worst possible time, because I know that there's going to be somebody in here that buys the top. Let's say you started at the worst possible time. You're the worst investor of all time. You bought the tippity dippity top. Somebody will. Let's say it was you. If you started at the worst time and bought $100 every single week, all the way down, all the way back up, you would have spent about $16,000, and your portfolio would be chilling at about $35,000 right now. Starting at the worst time. If you do that in 4 years, if you double your money in the stock market, you are rocking and rolling.
Yep.
Cliff's raised his hand, said me. So yeah, best time to have planted an orchard was 10 years ago. The second best time is today. Read the Bitcoin Standard. Understand why it is the hell that you're holding what it is you're holding. Don't just buy it because magic internet money goes up. If that means good, then if it goes down, it means bad. It has to be deeper than that for you. You have to understand what's going on here. Read the Bitcoin Standard. And,
there we go.
Don't get scammed. We're not going to message you, and we're not going to airdrop you any coins. All right, I promise you. The airdrops are over. The airdrops are for the bear market. The airdrops are done. All right?
Yeah.
If you get airdropped, it's a scam. For the love of God, do not redeem. Please. I'll be live 8 p.m. Central Time tonight. If you guys want to hop on later, I'm live every single day, 8 p.m. Central, and I know that you're live in the morning, right?
Yes.
It's about
9:30, but depends on lots of things, including traffic.
Yeah. Make sure you guys follow us, subscribe on. We're both on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Well, I don't know if you're on Instagram, but we're on Twitter.
I'm not.
Yeah, follow us on all those places. We will never message you. Those are scammers. For the love of God, don't get scammed. We don't have anything to sell you. How's your trading going, friend? WhatsApp me. That's not me. That's somebody from Pakistan or Kakistan. It ain't me. And we're not going to airdrop you. If you get airdropped, those are scams. For the love of God, do not redeem. All right, guys, that's going to be it for this time. Peace, love, prosperity. God first, God bless. I'm out.
See ya.